Hello, y'all. I'm back. I know I'm getting on y'all nerves today, y'all. But listen, I am laying this bed. I didn't drink like two big jugs, like them big gallon jugs, trying to get this day going. Kidney stone to pass. I still ain't seen this thing come out. I don't know what is going on, but this thing better hurry up. I do not have time to be playing around with this. But so I had to come y'all because I forgot I did not talk to y'all about Amy and Dwight Howard. So I know I had post some things about it or whatever, and I post like from the 911 calls. One call where Amy, they say it's three. I don't know. Maybe I did see all three of them, y'all, because one I heard two calls and then one where they came out. So I don't know if that where they came out to the property. So I don't know if that accounts for the three of them or not, y'all. But they said that it was three calls to 911 in total that was made um in reference to this situation. So anybody, Amy Luciani her real name is Amber, but they call her Amy, I guess. So she's married to Dwight Howard, right? And she don't have any children with him. They only been married, I think, like 15 months. 6 months into the marriage, she was supposed to be leaving, and then she ended up coming back. But it's just been turmoil the whole entire time these two have been married. Like this just has not been like the best situation. And then when I watched the 911 calls, y'all, I was like, why hasn't her ass just left yet? Like when she called 911, the first call I heard was she was telling the dispatcher that all of these different times that he's then locked her out, then put her out, then locked her out the room. Girl, like she should have been left. Ain't nobody. Listen to me, y'all. I don't give a damn. If a man ever attempt to say they putting me out of somewhere, that's it. They ain't got to worry about me ever again. Like that's the thing. Like that's the thing that will get me. Do not threaten me about no putting out, no none of that. Cause that's it. I'm done with you. Like that is just not something that men are supposed to do. Like even that's just my opinion. Like even if they want you gone, they should at least like give you a time to be gone or something like that. When they I mean, he's locking her out knowing she don't have her car. She don't got a toothbrush, a change of clothes, no nothing. He want her to leave and she didn't want to leave. The only thing that made her leave on the one occasion was supposedly he sent somebody over to the house to and the person was watching her or something. So she had talked to her mother, and her mother was like, I don't know, I don't feel like you're safe. You need to leave and come to my house. And so that's when she left. And then she left and then came back. That's when she made the call that she was locked outside of the gate. Because she didn't even drive her own car. She took a Uber. So she left her car. Her car was in the inside of the gate. And she was calling 911 to force them to let her back into the house. So, and on the 911 call, she's outlining that he's done this before, several times before. She's had to call the police before. Um, all of this stuff, right? But so this time, I think what ends up happening, the reason that, or at least what they're documenting, the reason is for this tension they had on this occasion is because his daughter, CPS ended up coming out because of his daughter. And I think it's the daughter that he has with the girl Tiffany. And so he has custody. The little girl's name is Layla. He has custody of Layla. Layla is 15 years old, I think. So he has custody of Layla. And listen, y'all. Do I think Royce goes overboard with shit? And do I think she's extra? Yes. Yes. But I think now people need to see that there's a lot of shit this girl wasn't lying about. And a lot of the stuff that she say this nigga was doing, he was doing the shit. Right? So she because I'm slightly confused at even this judge and the decision that this judge made. I understand some of it, but I really would like somebody like to explain it, like legally. I guess to like look at it So, because I think I do understand some of it, but at the same time, I don't understand why. Let's just go through it, and then maybe some people will join, and then we could like have a fuller discussion. So, um, so the CPS gets called out to the home. Apparently, Layla is considering self harming herself, and the reason that she's saying that she's considering self harming herself is because of her home environment, which is with her father. And she's expressing, because the court documents state that Layla is expressing that she wants to. Hey, Jasmine, girl, you said you leaving a bunch of comments on your previous live about Jarvis and Gumball. All right, I'm gonna go check them out after I leave here, so I can respond to you, girl. But right now, I'm talking about Amy and Dwight Howard. Have you seen anything like going on with that situation, girl? Because I had posted some stuff on the community wall, but I forgot to come talk about it. But this is just a damn mess. And like I said, I can agree with people. Royce is extra. She do too much. But she was not lying. And the stuff that she said that Dwight Howard was doing, like with the courts and all of this other stuff, I think it can be somewhat proven now that she was right, because in this situation, he's doing the same thing with the little girl Layla. I think her mother's name is Tiffany. I don't know which child that falls in, but the little girl I think is about 15 years old. So according to the reports, the court documents are stating that the little girl was considering self harm. You said you saw that big bag of D, but I am not cool. But I saw that big bag of D, but I am not cool. Okay, so um so let me start back over then just me. So the whole call that Amy made when she said that she was put out of the house again, the mansion gates was locked, is because bag of dope. Yeah, because that's what he is. Absolutely, right? So the whole call stemmed from, I guess, I don't know how many children Dwight Howard has custody of, but from what it sounds like it's two of them, one boy, one girl, right? So Layla is the little girl, and I think she's about 15 years old. Her mother is Tiffany. I don't know which child she falls in line, like what number child, but he had gotten custody of her. So, um, and I don't know I don't know under what reasons why he had custody of her over the mother, but he does. So, um, and it's making me believe it's another Royce thing, right? That's what's making me think that what she said and how he tries to go about getting control of the children, getting custody, controlling everything, it makes it sound like she's telling the truth. Like I said, I don't think you have to believe 100% of anybody's story, right? So do I believe 100% of everything she says? No. Do I think she is over the top and too extreme every time something gets brought up with him? Yes. Do I think sometimes we can be a little bit judgmental of her doing that? Yes, because considering the fact that she's the one who has a child with him, and she's had to go through some of this hell and some of the shit and retaliatory things that he's done to her. And now we are seeing he does this to multiple women. So she's not really lying about this, right? How would any of us take that? I think everybody would display that differently. So sometimes I think, yeah, we might look at it and say, okay, that's an overreaction. I wouldn't do all of that. But everybody is different, and how people respond is different. And so, yeah, I think sometimes it's a little too exaggerated, but I don't really judge her about it, because I think the whole situation, like you said, it's just a big ass bag of dope, straight up. Like the whole situation is, right? So, the child Layla is considering self-harming herself. Now, I don't know how CPS found this out. I don't know if it's because Layla's mother contacted CPS, and then somehow then they came out to the house, and then Amy was questioned. And then I guess that's the part I think where Amy is saying, I gotta be truthful. Like, I gotta look out for the best interest of the children. I can't lie anymore. So apparently maybe the little girl had said something before, and they were questioned about it by the authorities. I don't know. And then And then Amy is basically saying, I guess, that she maybe lied for her husband before. You said, why does she want to live with her mom? Exactly. So now that's what she's saying. Like, she's saying that she is is considering committing self-harm, that she's displaying duress in her home living situation, and that's due to her father, and that she wants to live with her mom. That's what she's saying. But right now she's in a facility, right? So the mom went to try to go get an emergency order for temporary custody, I guess, until everything can be resolved. Now, according to what I read, it was something like the judge said that she filed something wrong. But this is the part I didn't understand about what the judge said. So it was something that the judge said that she filed wrong. But then also the judge said they didn't see any need for a emergency hearing. Now, that I'm a little bit confused about. I'm a little bit confused if they are saying that they don't see a need for an emergency hearing. Because if the child is saying that she is considering harming herself, and she's saying she will feel safer living with the mom, she is 15 years old. Like, I don't know. I need somebody to give me some more insight to that, because I don't understand. Like, I can understand the part where the judge is saying that maybe something was inappropriately filed. But the no need for an emergency hearing on temporary custody part, I don't understand that. You said they should listen to their child. I'm sure the mom doesn't live in a mansion and the child was still ready. Exactly, just be like, that I don't understand. That's the part of what the judge said I don't understand. I understand if the judge made the decision solely on the fact that there was something in the correct that the mom filed incorrectly. But to say that, but then there was a part on there that said that they don't see the need for an emergency hearing. That is what's making me side eye the judge. And that is what is making me think about claims that Royce made about Dwight Howard having these judges like in his pocket where he can get them and it can impact the outcome. Because I don't understand that part of it. Like, if the child is saying she feels safer, if she's saying that she's considering harming herself, why wouldn't you at least place her there temporarily where she's saying she feels safer than instead of having her in the facility? Let her get some outpatient care. Mandate that the mom take her to some type of outpatient care. She stay with the mom and then deal with, and then just temporary, just make that the temporary situation. To me, it's sounding just like what Royce was describing. Like, that's what to me, just be, that's what it sounded like. You said, um, I don't understand bothering to get custody if you know you aren't that level of a parent. Is this just to exactly just be, and then they talked about like all of the things that have transpired, because I did listen to some of the paperwork being read in relation to a previous custody hearing that they had, where the child was left in the care of another woman. So you just, I mean, I understand now he's married to Amy and everything. This woman was supposedly, quote unquote, the babysitter. The other woman that he was left with, the nanny or whatever, right? But it was one particular time when it was said that Dwight Howard was overseas playing ball and that Layla was left with the quote unquote nanny. And so then the mom came to pick her up and she was like, okay, well, since he's going to be gone, I could just keep her for the summer. And then he caused a whole disturbance then and made a big deal and like forcing her to bring the child back to the house. He wasn't even there. Like, what is wrong with the child being with the mom in the event that the father is not there? It was the summer. You say, I also don't think kids should be taken from mothers um unless they are truly unfit. I think, okay, so I don't think that a child should be taken from either parent. So this is my position on this, just be, right? Just from the perspective of a parent, right? I don't think that a child should be taken from either parent, really, in a situation where the parents are separated for whatever reason. You said I had a piece of shit boyfriend who used to get his kids for me to take care of. He'd go out of town. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, if you're not there and the mother is saying, okay, well, she can come with me for the summer. She don't need to be with the nanny. Like, what is wrong with that? That is like some type of like, you either have like this really unhealthy thing where you need to control everything. Something is wrong with that. And so that's what I'm saying. Something is wrong with him. And as many people, like I said, who for whatever reason, I can understand reasons, personal reasons why they might not care for Royce or whatever, but you have to give it to her. This is the same scenario that keeps playing out from baby mama to baby mama, and now ends up involving this wife of his that he doesn't even have any children with, but then impacting her as well. This is my opinion on child custody situations, right? When parents are not together, I believe that both parents should have equal access to the child. I think, if possible, they should have equal time with the child. I believe that if both parents are willing to do what they can do to guarantee that each one has equal time, I think that should be that's the best situation. I do think there are some scenarios where the mom might be okay with a dad having like custody of the child, and like, namely, like situations I've seen like that just be is where it's a boy, right? um the mother might, I've seen situations where the mother will care for the boy until the boy is like 9, 10, 11 years old, and then the dad might take over a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And the primary custody might be with the dad. I think whatever the parents work out, I'm okay with. It doesn't bother me. But I agree with you, like, stripping, just taking a child away from the mom, if the mom is the one who had primary custody in the beginning, I don't agree with that. I don't. You're right. You said both parents are important, but moms are nurturers. Unless she really can't, she should have her kids. Like I said, I think, for me, I think when whatever the parents work out amongst themselves, that's in best interest for the child. I think it's okay. I just don't think it should be any vindictive type of situation, animosity, or like you said, just taken away or nothing like that. In a taking away and trying to isolate. Like, those are the things I don't agree to. But like I said, I think it's in the best interest of the child if the child can have equal time with both parents. Like, that's my best case scenario, right? If the child can possibly some kind of way have equal time with both parents. But definitely, like, even if he had custody of the child and you're overseas and you're going to be gone for the entire summer, and you got the child there with the nanny, what is the reason why the child can't be with the mom? Like, that does not make sense. And so there was a previous filing that was read, that I heard, where that was one of the issues they ended up back in court, because he was threatening to go back to court because she had come and got the child for the summer, and he said refusing to bring the child back, right? So, like I said, the whole situation is just a big bag of dope. You described it accurately. But so I guess, like I said, this time, on this particular occasion, when CPS comes to the house, I guess Amy doesn't lie, because according to that video that they showed, the first one they showed of Amy, yeah, control ownership, exactly, just be. So according to that first video they showed with Amy, she makes it seem like she's lied before when people have come in to ask questions about the kids. And she basically was like, this time she couldn't tell a lie. She had to tell the truth because it was involving the best interest of the. She had what she was saying. Okay? So the first thing she said was she ain't want to end up going to jail. So apparently she thought that the lie could rise to the level of that she could be criminally liable if she told the lie. I don't know what made her think that. I don't know if it was any base for that, but that was mentioned in her video. And then she said, or I don't know if she said go to jail, but basically she tried to make it seem like something could happen, like something negative some kind of negative response could happen to her. She could possibly put herself in some type of legal situation if she wasn't honest. Like, that was her word, and I can't remember exactly how she said it, but it was somewhere along those lines, right? So, um, so I guess that means that she told the truth. You said, is she in there doing powder too? That was really a big bag. I don't know, cause listen, somewhere on that call, it make it seem like it. It seems like to me like she could have been doing some of them drugs, or maybe she was inhaled some by accident. Maybe some residual was left on the dresser. I don't know, but it does. Some that call those calls seem. It seemed like something was up with her too. Just V. I don't. I don't think she's clear of the substance either. Either she's somehow inhaling, ingesting, or maybe it's because she's sleeping with him and he's so full of it that when he ejaculates that she, I don't know, something is happening. It seemed like something was weird, right? I got something from that. So Layla ends up in a facility because anybody that knows, anytime a person is saying that they are considering self harm, they got to go for a mental health evaluation. So she ends up there. So, like I said, in the interim, I guess that's when the mother attempted. Layla lets them know that it has to do with her home environment, it has to do with her dad in the household, stuff going on in the household. And the she lets them know that she would feel more comfortable living with the mom. You said I didn't really believe that they were married. I thought this was a love and hip hop. It might be. It might be just be. But then I heard he's the reason she ended up off of Love and Hip Hop. So I don't know. I didn't see her on Love and Hip Hop. I don't which state was this? Which Love and Hip Hop city was this? Because I maybe I need to go back and watch some of it because I didn't even see that she was on there. But I heard her that she was on Love and Hip Hop once I heard about the marriage. Them two was getting married, and then that's people kept referring to her having been on Love and Hip Hop. But they said that he is the reason how her contract with Love and Hip Hop was dissolved. You said no, they filed for divorce before it's real. Yeah, I know the marriage is real, but I I they're saying he had something to do with her Love and Hip Hop contract being dissolved or something. You said I don't watch, but I thought it was 18. Okay. I watched a couple of clips Atlanta, but haven't watched like a full episode. I don't remember what season she was on. I'm gonna have to go back and try to see if I could see something with her on it because I don't remember it. But yeah, so Layla is, I don't know if she's, from what I understand, I think she's still in whatever mental health facility this is in that they say that she's in. And so she hasn't been returned back to Dwight Howard's home. And then the order for the mom to get temporary emergency custody wasn't granted. And like I said, it wasn't granted on the basis of something was filed wrong. And then the judge was saying they don't see a need for a temporary um, order to be issued because they don't see anything in the living environment that would make it an emergency. Something to that effect that it says. And so, like I said, so I'm confused. Like, everybody keeps talking about the excessive drug use that is happening on the premises. Wouldn't there be some kind of reason that you would not want a child on the premises? I'm sure if the child is saying that she wants to do something to harm herself, she has to be saying something to these medical professionals that is letting them know why she's saying that. It's nothing that can be pulled from that to say why temporary custody can be given to me. Like, I'm just confused, and it's just making it seem like to me like it is something that he is doing that is padding the pockets of somebody somewhere that's just like Royce said. I'm sorry. Like the same allegations Royce made about what she was going through with him in custody situation, it sounds like the same thing. You say it's so sad. I don't know why people have kids if that's what they want. Exactly. Like, and he keep on doing it, and with all of these multiple women, and then just like causing hell in the life of these women after the fact. You said cokeheads are crazy, they are sweaty and go exactly. And that's the thing, he do a whole bunch of other drugs outside of the coke. Like the mushrooms, all of that. This nigga just is a walking pharmacy. I don't understand. I don't know how he is even playing basketball still. Like, I hate to say this, but I have been waiting for any moment for Dwight Howard to have a Lynn Bias moment. I don't know if y'all remember Lynn Bias, But he, am I saying the name right? I think. But he was a ball player over here in this area, Baltimore, DC, something like that, whatever. And he died on the court, and from drug, and it was drug induced. And like with Dwight Howard, I don't even know how he is still playing. Supposedly, coke highs don't last as long time, so you are basically doing drugs all day and night, right? And like I said, he has just the same way how like they was describing how Diddy does one set of drugs during the day and another set of drugs at night, so he's always high. That's how I picture Dwight Howard. Like you got one set of drugs you got for daytime and one set you got for nighttime, like just so like I said, a walking pharmacy. I don't understand. Like, and then, like I said, the kids are on the premises when all of this drug use is going on, when all of these mushroom parties and all of this stuff is going on. He said he's retiring now. I think he was playing in China or somewhere. Yeah, I, he don't need to play nowhere no more. Okay, so then let's move on from the child allegation, because then so when on the one call she alleges that he was trying to sell some of her rings or something. Did you hear about that? That one time he locked her out of the bedroom or something. Um, that he locked her out of the bedroom or something because her rings came up missing, and he was trying to. Somebody called her saying he was trying to sell the rings or something, and she confronted him about it, and then he accuses her of basically like purposefully letting his dog be killed. Like, I'm like, this sound like two high ass people. Both of them high. Like that's how it sounds to me. That's why I said like the whole situation, like you said, sound like a bag of dope. You said no, you didn't. Yes, just be. Please go listen. She says that this nigga was trying to hawk her rings. I forgot how many of them she said it was, but basically, like he was trying to pawn them or something, and she got a phone call. And then when he comes out to the gate, because when the police come onto the scene, this is on the video. So he comes to the gate, and the police officer is trying to ask questions about, you lock her. Is this your wife? Did you lock her out? Like all of this stuff. And he basically makes an allegation to the judge, to the police officer, that she had something to do with his dog being unalive. Like, oh, this whole shit sound crazy as hell. You said crackhead behavior. That child don't want to be there. Exactly. A 7-foot crackhead shaking my exactly. Like, what is going on? Like, you live in this big ass mansion. Even if he took the rings because, um, even if he took the rings because he don't want to be married to her no more, which seems very clear. Like he keeps locking her out the bedroom, locking her out of the property, locking her, and then she goes and stays in the hotel for 3, 4, 5 days, keeps trying to get in contact with him. Then when he finally calls her back and then apologizes and tell her she could come back, it's like, who keeps doing it? Why would you keep doing that? Why? Why? You saw so did you see the part where he basically accused, because the officer was like, are you trying to say she murdered your dog? And then he was like, well, I'm not saying that she actually did it, but she was neglectful, and I think that she was neglectful on purpose because she knows how I love the dogs and care about the I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't. I know these people don't have this stuff in mind that this is going to get released to the public. They can't, because he's a drug addict. This is the foolishness they keep up. He said she left the gate. Right, the gate. Oh, right, right. And he was like, and he's telling the officer, like, officers, you see my gate, so you see they can't just get, yeah, because she can't just get in. So the dogs can't just get out because she couldn't just get back. You locked her out, and the police had to come there for you to let her back in. This is ridiculous. I was like, oh my, this is a mess. So I'm waiting to see like what is gonna be out, cause God forbid, I would hate them to see them send that child back to their home. She's clearly telling them she does not want to be there. So, like I said, I please wish that somebody would like do a review and explain the judge's decision in the temporary request, because it doesn't make sense to me. Not It's crazy. You said, didn't he walk to the gate? Wait a minute. You said, Miller, you said you listening. Right. It sounds so crazy. You said, Justin, you said, didn't he walk to the gate with the guy washing the car or something? He said that was his witness. She said she ain't never seen. Right, because listen, she told the mom. So the guy that was washing the car, right? She told the mom, basically saying like he had that man come there like to do something to her. That's why the mom told her to leave the property and to come to her house, because she said she never seen that guy before. That's what she told the mom. But she made it seem like she didn't say the guy was there washing the cars. She made it seem like he had that guy there to like intimidate her or something. This is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know what in the world. Like, is this a mess? This is a mess. And he needs to get some help, or we gonna wake up one morning and when Lamar Odom started, he's gonna be finished like that. Like Lamar Odom then went and got some help for his situation, but Dwight Howard gonna finish out like that. This is a mess. He might be up in that behind that mansion gate one day, and just people be looking for, don't even know something wrong. Thank God he got some staff, and somebody will eventually find him. But it seems like all of them are so used to these kicks that he go on. He might be up in that room for a couple days before somebody get up in there and find him in there. This it's crazy. I don't know what in the world. The white hair would better not go get another lady. He better not go get another baby. He better go get him a man and live his truth. And maybe that will help him to stop all this drug use. Cause I think this drug use is like got something to do with all of that. Like, I don't. You said Child Lamar was just arrested. Oh my God. See, I done spoke too soon. I did not know that, just be. I thought Lamar was trying to get his life together. I thought Lamar had turned his life over to the Lord, girl. I did not know that Lamar is still out there acting up. He was doing 100 and still in Vegas, see? Because that's where he can get them legal prostitutes over in Vegas. See, that's where Diddy should have took his goddamn uh a lesson. He should have took a lesson from Lamar. Lamar, no, you can go over to Vegas, get them prostitutes, you be okay. No, he wanted to just be bringing prostitutes from all around the country and shit, just doing God knows what. Lamar, at least Lamar go to Vegas with his prostitutes. You said, yeah, it's true. Maybe a few months ago. I gotta go check that out. See, look, they had me tell a lie. I'm thinking Lamar done got delivered. And now Lamar's still back to the same shenanigans again. This ridiculous. This is absolute. This just goes to show you it ain't no type of money, no type of wealth, fame, nothing that make that stuff do not be making people happy. If anything, it makes miserable people worse. Money will make a miserable person, a person who has a lot of trauma, it'll make them worse. It don't make them better. You say he's a work in progress. They say he's opened a new rehab house. But yeah, exactly. That's what I thought, Jussie. That's why I said, look at him. Look at God. Look at God. Didn't help Lamar turn over a new leaf. But we need to get Dwight in that same program. But now Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Well, maybe we need. Oh no, I was gonna say maybe we need to send Dwight to one of them rehab houses Lamar got, but I don't know because if it ain't working for Lamar, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work for Dwight either. I don't know, but Dwight needs something. Like, I know. See, and this the thing. This is the thing that people ask. Why don't the people around him that love them do something? Oftentimes the people that do love them do try to do something, and this is how them people get from around them, because then they will isolate themselves from those people. They will character assassinate those people who really love them, so they can continue doing the bullshit they doing. And that's how they end up around a whole bunch of other people who just want to abuse and manipulate them in their situation, because they the ones who then isolated the ones that love them from being around them. You said we don't need them two together. Girl, listen. It was a brief moment. A thought in my head, just briefly, and then I thought about it. And you right, just be you always bring me back to real life. And you right, they do not need to be together. This is a mess. But y'all, I think this is my last time coming to y'all for y'all today. I don't know. It might not be, because I am stuck up in here trying to wait for this stupid ass kidney stone to pass. So if something else happens, I might be back on here to talk to you guys again. But I enjoyed y'all today. Thank you, Justry and Miller, for coming in and talking to me about this subject. I hope y'all have a good weekend if I don't talk to y'all before the weekend is out. And I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.